Falcons fans, get ready. This story is about to hit harder than a goal line stand. The NFL draft dust is barely settled, but the buzz around Flowery Branch is already intense. Rumors are swirling about rookies stepping into starting roles, and the team's moves in free agency have left plenty of people scratching their heads. Oh, and there's a trade rumor coming out of a rival camp that could flip the entire roster situation on its head. It's a complex puzzle, a triple threat scenario that could shape the Falcons' identity in 2025. The question is, are we looking at the groundwork for a breakthrough season, or is this just setting up for more chaos? Let's unpack it. The rookie revolution. Who's earning their stripes? Flowery Branch is a hotspot of speculation right now. Head coach Raheem Morris has been dropping hints that some of the Falcons' newest faces might end up in starting roles when the season kicks off. It's enough to get any fan fired up. The Falcons didn't just dip a toe into the draft, they went all in, sacrificing their 2026 first-round pick to bring in fresh talent and build a roster ready to compete right now. But in typical Morris fashion, he's keeping names under wraps during OTAs. Still, his message is unmistakable. This year, it's about who steps up, not where they were picked. We've seen it before. A.J. Terrell, undrafted free agents, first-rounders alike. It doesn't matter who you are or where you came from. If you're putting in the work, know your playbook, and perform on the field, you're in the mix. Who are the contenders? There's no shortage of talent looking to make an impact. First-round edge rushers Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. are at the forefront. Walker, the tenacious Georgia Bulldog, is known for his relentless motor, notching 7 sacks while always pushing the tempo. Right behind him is Pierce Jr., a force out of Tennessee who recorded 9.5 sacks and built a reputation for forcing fumbles. And don't overlook safety Xavier Watts from Notre Dame. This guy picked off 7 passes last season and has his sights set on lining up next to Jesse Bates III. Then there's Kobe Bryant, the undrafted corner from Kansas. He's got that ball-hawking mentality and has been turning heads with his aggressive play style. This influx of rookies could be just the spark Atlanta needs to secure the NFC South crown. With so much at stake, the competition at camp promises to be fierce. It's an exciting idea, rejuvenating the roster with young, hungry talent. But here's the real question. Are the Falcons leaning too hard on these rookies to make an immediate impact? Raheem Morris certainly sounds confident, but let's be honest, training camp is just beginning. The hype is one thing, translating it into consistent performance is another. It's a balancing act between potential and proven reliability. Sometimes rookies exceed expectations like A.J. Terrell did, but other times it's just too much too soon. So who's your rookie to watch? Who's got that edge to rise above the rest? Let me know. Special teams mania. A stroke of genius or a misguided focus? Now let's shift gears to one of the most perplexing moves of Atlanta's offseason, the obsession with special teams players. It all started when the Falcons quietly swapped veteran wide receiver Philip Dorsett for linebacker Caleb Johnson, a journeyman who's been bouncing between Jacksonville and Chicago, known more for special teams than starting reps. This wasn't just a one-time move. Atlanta has been hoarding special teams contributors. Philip Franks, Kaderil Hodge, Keith Taylor, Josh Woods, and Mike Ford, all names that might not jump out at you but fit a clear pattern. It's as if the Falcons are building a roster tailored specifically for special teams rather than prioritizing dynamic playmakers. Johnson, an undrafted pickup back in 2021, showed flashes during Chicago's preseason but never really broke into a consistent role. Now he's facing an uphill battle to secure a spot, competing against Frank's versatility and Ford's speed at corner. Here's the big picture question. Is this a smart way to build a roster? Sure, special teams matter. Just ask Cordarrelle Patterson, who can flip field position in an instant. But when your defensive line looks thin without Grady Jarrett and the secondary feels vulnerable after losing Justin Simmons, wouldn't it make more sense to invest in a proven defensive tackle like Raekwon Davis or a dependable safety like Jordan Poyer? Instead, the Falcons seem to be prioritizing low-cost, low-ceiling depth pieces. Maybe it's pragmatic. Special teams can be the difference in tight games, but it also feels cautious, even timid. Are we building a team ready to compete or just a punt coverage unit? Right now, I'd give this strategy a C. It's not a disaster, but it doesn't feel like it's moving the needle either. Trade buzz, a Micah-sized rumor to ponder. And now for a curveball that's sure to stir some debate. The Cowboys are stirring the pot thanks to a tweet from Terrence Parsons, Micah Parsons' brother. The tweet hinted at something that caught everyone off guard. What if Dallas sent a second-round pick to Atlanta for tight end Kyle Pitts? Yeah, you heard that right. It's pure speculation at this point, but in today's social media-driven world, even a hint like that can create a tidal wave of opinions. Could there actually be something to this, or is it just smoke with no fire? Either way, it's got everyone talking. I get it. I'm just as stunned as you are. The idea of Kyle Pitts heading to Dallas feels like it came out of left field. The Cowboys, fresh off snagging wide receiver George Pickens, are apparently looking to go all in, and the rumor swirling around Pitts only adds to the intrigue. According to Terrence Parsons, Micah's brother, adding Pitts could be the final piece that pushes Dallas to Super Bowl contention. On the surface, it's a bold idea. Pitts, the former number 4th overall pick, hasn't exactly exploded in Atlanta. He's shown flashes of his elite potential, but inconsistent quarterback play and a run-heavy scheme kept his numbers in check. 53 catches, 667 yards, and 3 touchdowns last year. Solid, sure, but not what anyone envisioned when he was drafted. But now, with Michael Penix Jr. under center, Pitts' trajectory could change dramatically. The pairing of Penix and Pitts has real potential, stretching defenses, opening up the field, and giving the Falcons a dynamic duo alongside Drake London. But then comes the twist. Dallas might offer a second-round pick to make Pitts a Cowboy. From Dallas's perspective, it's a bit of a head-scratcher. They already have Jake Ferguson at tight end, who, despite a quiet season, 194 yards, remains a key piece of their offense. Plus, they've got CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and a looming contract extension for Dak Prescott. Why the sudden urge to add Pitts? For Atlanta, it feels like a gut punch. Moving Pitts now would be selling low, especially when he's only 24 and has so much untapped potential. Imagine seeing Pitts in a Cowboys uniform hauling in 80 catches while the Falcons rely on rookie tight ends to fill the void. It's the kind of move that could haunt the franchise. If the Falcons were to pull the trigger, I'd grade it a D. It's simply too soon to give up on a player with such a high ceiling, but the fact that this rumor exists at all raises an important question. Is Atlanta actively shopping Pitts, or is this just idle speculation? Either way, it's got everyone talking. Connecting the dots. An identity crisis in Atlanta. Step back for a second, Falcons fans. This offseason narrative is weaving a complicated tapestry, one that could define the team's identity moving forward. The buzz around the rookies, Walker, Pierce Jr., Watts, and Bryant, screams ambition. These guys could be the next wave of defensive stalwarts, transforming a unit that's been too soft in recent years. It's almost like a nod to the Falcons' bold past. Remember 2011 when they traded up for Julio Jones to inject life into the offense? There's a similar energy now, only this time it's about fortifying the defense and finding the right blend of youth and experience. But amidst all the excitement, there's still a sense of uncertainty. Are the Falcons willing to sacrifice established talent like Pitts in the name of a long-term vision? Or is this just another off-season rumor that fades away by the time training camp heats up? One thing's for sure, Atlanta's at a crossroads, and every decision from here on out will shape the narrative of the 2025 season. There's something unsettling about this special teams obsession. It almost feels like the Falcons are choosing field position over fireworks, settling for cautious depth rather than aiming for game-changing plays. Then there's Kyle Pitts, the guy who could be the next Julio Jones, an athletic freak who could either define Michael Penix Jr.'s era or end up haunting Atlanta from another jersey. It's a tug-of-war between two philosophies, betting on youth and raw potential or hedging with dependable but uninspiring depth. The emotional stakes here are sky-high. Every roster move feels pivotal, either steering the Falcons toward reclaiming the NFC South or trapping them in that familiar 8-9 purgatory. Chasing greatness, living in Julio's shadow. Julio Jones set the standard. Remember his rookie breakout, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Colts? Or the iconic clutch moments like towering over Luke Kuechly or that toe tap catch in the Super Bowl. Those were the moments that defined an era, the kind of brilliance you don't get from role players. That's why the thought of trading Pitts feels so unsettling. He's supposed to be that next great Falcons playmaker, the kind of guy who can change a game with a single catch. Johnson's gritty special teams play has its place, sure, but when you're trying to build a contender, you need stars who can elevate your entire roster. The fact that a trade rumor even exists shakes the faith of a fan base that's still chasing the ghost of Julio. It's a roller coaster. Hope, frustration, curiosity, all wrapped into one. Will the rookies rise to the challenge? Is the special teams focus a hidden gem or a distraction? And most crucially, does Pitts stay and become that generational talent, or do the Falcons cash out now? A city on edge. What's Atlanta's next move? Falcons Nation, this is your moment. Who's the rookie you're putting your faith in? Jalen Walker's relentless pass rush, James Pierce Jr.'s chaotic energy, Xavier Watts' ball-hawking skills, or Kobe Bryant's gritty hustle? And what about the special teams spree? Is it a stroke of genius or just a waste of resources? And then there's Pitts. Do you hold tight and give him the chance to shine with Phoenix, or trade him for draft capital and start fresh? It's a make-or-break moment, and the decisions made now could define Atlanta's future.